especially now in this industry where time limits are gone, like slow down. You don't have to rush the process. Everything is a process. Trading is a process. You don't have to pass tomorrow. You don't have to pass today. Like, take the time.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another TFT interview. Today, I have the pleasure to host Khalid from Jamaica. Welcome, Khalid.
Yes, thanks for having me.
It's my pleasure to have you here. So, can you first tell us a little bit about yourself and what got you into trading?
So, my name is Khalid Ashman. I am of age. A friend of mine introduced me to trading. I think it was 5 years ago. That's when I first started. Mm-hmm. And a rough patch because learning from someone that was actually learning at the time, it's rough. But started taking it serious like after a year ago, or less than a year, couple months. From then it was not too bad. I was trading live accounts, I was trading demo accounts, and I started to focus on like a particular strategy that would help me to be profitable.
Yeah.
That was when I found a mentor, and because before I found a mentor, I used to YouTube videos like Forex trading work and so forth. And that wasn't a pretty one.
YouTube is everyone's mentor, at least once in the journey.
That's the first mentorship, like watching YouTube videos, downloading books and so forth. Just try to find something that can help the process.
So what are the things that you struggled with the most during the learning process, and how did you overcome those struggles?
That struggles, I would say, for me, that would be psychology. Managing the trade, or sometimes I might jump out of the trade too early, or I would take profit, or the trade will be going good and I will be moving my TP, or the trade will be going bad and I'll be like moving my stop loss, or FOMO, like I see a move and like I want to get in because you don't want to miss out. Times the move is already gone. But psychology, risk management, FOMO, basically.
Yeah. What are the failures that you cherish the most?
My failures. I've invested a lot. Like I can remember the first time I invested, it was $500. So like I deposited $500 in the market, and I would lose that like in 2 days. And it taught me something, because at that time I didn't know anything about risk management or stop loss or anything.
Yeah.
I just know that is either you buy the currency or you sell it.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, I'm gonna go for a buy, or I'm gonna go for a sell. No stop loss, there's management or anything.
The rocky way that we all start with.
It was crazy.
I can imagine. How about the prop firm journey? Did you have like many failures while you've been fighting to become profitable, or you came into the prop firm space when you already had the solid strategy and solid psychology? How was that part?
Well, for the prop firm now, I've tried my Forex funds and other prop firms like once, and I failed. And I said, okay, and I failed. A friend of mine introduced me to TFT, and I saw TFT on Instagram. Like every day there's something new. I was like, okay, let me just try it. And I went on their site, and it was a bit catchy because of the promos and the discounts and everything. And I was like, okay, I think I'm gonna give it a try. And I started off with 50K, and I passed phase 1 in like a week or 2, and then I will like fail phase 2 in like a day because I just wanted to get
quickly. Yeah.
And then I said, I went back to my strategy and retune it and everything. Then I decided to get a one phase. Like I'm so good at one phases because I will pass phase 1 like it's so easy.
Yeah.
And then phase 2 psychology comes in and all that. And I took the 25K one phase, and I decided to take the time to kind of fine tune and everything. And I would pass phase 1, the one phase in like, I think I took 30 days. So that's like a month. So it was a journey, but I wouldn't say I did it, fail a lot. Probably 3 or 4 the most. This is my second account from TFT, maybe my 4th. overall.
Yeah, definitely. Compared to many other traders, you haven't been failing much with the prop firms. So, how did you manage to work on, like, how did you work on your psychology? Were there any specific books that you've been reading? Did you change your daily habits or maybe in your life? How did you start working on your psychology? How did it improve from before, like when you weren't profitable to now, like when you're profitable and have consistent results?
Okay, so I would journal my trades. Like when I take a trade, if I hit stop loss or even TP, I journal my trade to see where I went wrong or where I could fix. Say if it's a case where I could have got a better entry, I could say, all right, then at what time did I take that trade? Was it a good day? Bad day? Was there enough volatility in the market or so forth? At this time, as I said, I mentioned earlier about mentorship, like that made because my mentor was guiding me about risk management. And if I'm only in like 0.3% in a trade and it goes bad, I don't feel any way because that's like just 0.3%. That's not even 1%. That's not even 0.5%. So when I lose, it just gives me another chance to go again. You understand? So that helps with my psychology. As a risking a percent or two, and you lose a trade, oh, I'm down 2%. No, or I'm down 1%. I got to make a percent to get back on my feet or whatever the case may be. If that trade goes bad, then I don't lose much. So there's no big psychology issues I face. Might take a long while to get that account, but at least you have more chances.
Yeah. So you the way you manage to kind of be less emotional is by decreasing your risk and giving yourself more space and room to play with. That's definitely a good way to go for, especially when we're in a stage of building confidence and getting to know our strategy and edge better. In terms of the strategy that you currently are trading, you mentioned that first you started with YouTube, like as everyone else. Is the strategy that you're currently using the exact strategy that your mentor taught you, or was it a hybrid of knowledge that you got from YouTube and your mentor, and you adapted the strategy that suits you personally?
My now strategy is everything from my mentor. Like before, I was maybe a small percentage of profitability, but not like I don't think I could reach this far without the proper guidance of a mentor. I believe in her so much because in less than a week, I could have seen results. I backtested, and I realized that it actually works. And even when I backtest and I forward test, like during the mentorship, she would like practice on a demo account before you go live trading and all that. But I have a demo account which I practice also. But it's a process because like I needed like 2%. And in a day or two, boom, I passed the challenge. And then like I guess this is the secret sauce. So I'm saying everything that I've learned is from her.
So is it a mechanical strategy or it's what type of strategy do you use?
It's mechanical and mostly mechanical. Yeah, market structure though. Well, everyone should focus on market structure, but there's key things where market structure is and consists of, and we often overlook it. But it's just clear market structure and price action.
So how would you describe? Are you a swing trader, day trader, scalper?
I started off scalping a lot. Like I just want to get in the market. I just want to trade it. But no, I'm not really a swing trader, but I would say like a day trader. So I look to take trades in the New York session, especially in the New York Open, where there's more volatility. Because during the New York Open, that's when you get most volatility in the market. So if I don't get an entry in that session, I'm not trading for the day. That's the ultimate time that I look for entry. And I might hold it for the day, but maybe between 11 or 12, I will close the trade if it doesn't hit TP.
So you mentioned that it's mainly like focused on market structure and price action. Do you use any indicators? Do you wait for any type of confirmations in order to enter? And how do you manage your trades? Do you just set limits and you let it play out, or you manage your trades depending on watching it if you watch?
If I'm on the chart and I do my markups and I will use limits, depends on the time, because sometimes we get some moves during London session. During that time, I'm asleep. So I will set like my limit order and I will risk like 30 points to gain 90 points. That's how I manage the trade. Like if I set my TP for 90 points, majority of the time, like the trade goes the 90, even if it doesn't want to continue that direction, at least I will get my 90 points and I'm out. Sometimes it might continue, but my strategy is just based on collecting 90 points.
You always stick to 1 to 3 risk to reward.
1 to 3.
Yeah.
Sometimes I might add a position and I would run. And then like when I'm up like 100 and something points, I will set like my stop loss to my 90 points. So just in case it reverses, at least I still call it my 90 points. So anything over 90 is a blessing.
So what were the skills that you had to develop to become profitable?
Basically following the trend of the market, using clear price action. I don't use indicator. Like my candles are my indicators. Like raw price. That's my indicator. That's my favorite indicator. That's just the charts, just the candlestick. So
do you do you mark up like supply and demand or support resistance, trend lines, or nothing like that? I
used to use trend lines, but I don't use it anymore. I like to trade on 1 hour. So I'll mark up my 1 hour zones, like my support, my resistance, and I will once price reach that zone, watch what price does after. So if it wants to continue or it wants to reverse, then I will know where to get a possible entry to follow that move.
Yeah. Is there anything that you would done differently from the beginning that would have made your trading journey smoother and easier? Or maybe to start with something sooner than what you did?
Absolutely. Like if I had known about like this mentorship before, if I had known about prop firm before, I would have jumped on a long time ago. I would get my pay from my salary and I was like, okay, I'm going to deposit some money and I will lose that trade. And then I'm done for that week or for that month. And then I'll go again and I keep losing. I keep giving the market because they weren't anyone to show me the way or to, guide me. If I had known about prop firm, like prop firm makes a lot of sense for every trader out there.
You mentioned that you found TFT through advertisements. So how is your experience with us?
So I follow the Funded Trader on Instagram. Almost every day you can expect a post from TFT.
With the promo code.
And I'm also in the Discord. And one thing I love TFT is that if I have a question and I ask in the chat, like in less than 5 minutes, sometimes even like right away, like seconds, they will respond.
I'm glad to hear that. So to go back to psychology and like daily routines, do you have any daily routine or habits outside of trading that help you to enhance your performance in trading?
Definitely, like exercising, keeping healthy, exercising or working out, going to the gym. That helps. Because to do that, you need discipline. And if you don't have discipline, the market is going to discipline you, right?
Yeah. What do you think are the most important things to focus on when you're a beginner?
You have to just accept that you're a beginner and own it. You don't have to be watching all the professionals and what they're making. You just have to just practice, and one day is going to come. Maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, maybe not the next day, but it's going to come. So appreciate where you're at and just work hard. Just practice, like find a strategy and see how it works. And who knows?
Yeah. What would you tell to yourself if you're about to start now with all the knowledge and experience that you have?
All right. So if you're starting now, I would say find a mentor that you can confide in and just learn all you can. Ask all the questions. No question is foolish. Ask all the questions, learn all you can, and you just take your time. It's a process. Once you try to rush, you're going to get crushed. Like you have to just smooth sailing, like just take your time and you will grow. Definitely.
So what was the most memorable moment? Did you have an eye-opening moment in your journey?
Yes. My eye-opening was when I came across my mentor, Natalia. She opened up spots for her mentorship. At that time, I couldn't find the funds to enroll, so I missed that one. But she would keep updating on her profile, like how it's going, and I was like, oh my god, like I'm missing out all this because the students were just. It's like to really know if a mentor is good, you got to watch what their students are doing, and if they can duplicate themselves through their students, then that means something is going good. So I decided to, this time around, it's not gonna miss me. Like, I have to enroll, I have to join. Like, I have to learn from. There must be something that she knows that I would want to know. So yeah, basically.
Do you think that it was a plus that she's a female mentor? Because it's not common to find a female mentor. And as females, we do have a better intuition. We understand more emotions than what men do. Do you find any like benefit? Do you think that you had an advantage of having a female mentor?
I think I do, because she's someone that cares and she loves what she do. For most mentors, they don't, I'm not going to say that they don't care. They don't pay much attention. And she listens, she responds, and she guides, she teaches well. She is God-given. Trust me.
Wow. That's amazing. It's really difficult to find a good mentor nowadays, especially with all the fake gurus on social media. How did you manage to find her, and how could you like see that she's a good and valid mentor? How would you differentiate fake guru from a real good mentor?
Okay, so as I stated before, that I was following her on Instagram for quite some time, and I realized that something is really going on with this trader, like from nowhere. And especially as a female, I was like, okay. During that time, she would post her trades, and what I realized, she doesn't post mostly profits. She posts like how many points she got today, and I realized that she trade news, and I was like, okay, finally, I can learn from about news trading and so forth. And to find a female in this industry that is so good is a plus, because it's it's a male dominant and to find a female that is so good at it, where you can compare her to the best. So yeah. And then I saw an interview with one of her students, and I was like, wow, yeah. So that was for me.
That's amazing. I'm happy to hear that, because I know that many guys are kind of like trying to put down female traders because come on, you're female, you're so soft, and you this, you that. But I'm happy to hear that someone is cherishing a really good female mentor. It's definitely about mindset and about the quality of the individual. It doesn't matter if you're a male or a female. How would you say that? How was her mindset, and how did she try to teach you to get into the right mindset? Did you get like just the technical part from her, or you also worked on your psychology?
So she would basically teach about the technicals and the fundamentals, because this is also important to technicals. But in terms of psychology, you're not left on your own. Like, she has a very good community of traders, and we work together. Like, you're never alone. She will tell you from day one, like, you're gonna. Not even she is perfect. Like, psychology problems.
Yeah.
But to reduce it, then you gotta just reduce your risk. Because if you're into a trade and you're like, your heart is like pumping out of your chest, that means you're over risking.
Yeah.
And she doesn't go for that. She doesn't go for that. So under risk or under leverage, and give yourself more chance to stay in the game.
It's definitely about like knowing how to survive thinking long term, not just thinking of instant gratification and getting quick profits now, which is another benefit for females. I think that male traders, they want to make something big because their ego is big. They want to show that they can make a lot of money. But as females, we're more conservative. It's better to play safer and be like, and take it easy, like step by step.
Always like, don't focus on the dollar. Focus on the points.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. It makes a lot of sense. Focusing on the profits, but really focusing on the points, because that will help your risk to reward in the end of the day.
And when we detach from the dollars, we can also like by looking at your results with points or percentages, you can trade any account size. But if you look at the dollars, it's very easy to like put yourself into a limiting belief and not be able to cross a certain amount because it seems too much in your eyes and you're not used to seeing the numbers that you're seeing. But when it's points and percentages, it's the same all the time. So
exactly, because $1 is 1%. 1% of $10 is the same as 1% of $1 million.
Yeah.
It's the same. 1% is always going to be 1%.
Yeah.
10 points is all points.
That's true.
Not going to change.
Yeah, definitely.
The dollar will change the points or the percent won't change.
Yeah, I agree. So how did trading change you as a person, and how did it impact different aspects of your life?
So trading has impacted me in many ways. It's a benefit. Like, it helps me to be a better person because it teaches me patience. Like, if you don't have the patience, like for me, like 90% of the time is patience, like waiting for that perfect moment you can get that perfect entry. And not only that, it is an extreme of income, and that's where you can find other stuff doing.
And do you, when you mentioned income, is trading the only source of income that you have, or you have another source of income as well?
So I recently retired from the military, so I'm focusing on trading for now. So I decided to really take it serious.
Do you feel like mental pressure that you have to make profits? Do you think that it has impact on your psychology when you know that the only source of income is trading?
I try not to. So I still focus on my trading, my psychology, so I don't let that overrule me or overcome. Right? Like, if I can just trade the way I do, like just call it 90 points a day, and by the end of the week, that's 450 points. So once I get my 1 to 3 on a daily basis, like, I'm good. I'm not on the dollar because I know what I will risk. Even though I recently got paid out through a small account, that profit I'm gonna use to buy a bigger account. It's the same percent that I'm gonna risk, but it's gonna be bigger because it's a bigger account.
The account, yeah.
So,
capital.
Yeah, so definitely.
Yeah. So what is your plan moving forward? Where do you see yourself in like 3 years from now, 5 years from now?
From 3 to 5 years from now, I see myself as a profitable trader or even a mentor, because it is within me, like to help people that wants to learn, but they're in a cycle of doom. So to be able to guide and to teach, it's always just my personality to help the less or to pass on the knowledge. So, you can impact someone's life or to change a trader's way of thinking.
That's a really nice goal and vision. Any last words that you would like to share with us before we finish?
Yeah. So always stick to your trading plan, right? Before you click that button, buy or sell, just focus on your trading plan. What are you risking? Like, how many points are you risking, or pips are you risking? Focus on your journey. If you're a beginner, accept that you're a beginner and just take the time and grow. Especially now in this industry where time limits are gone, like, slow down. You don't have to rush the process. Everything is a process. Trading is a process. You don't have to pass tomorrow. You don't have to pass today. Like, take the time. You're in drawdown, no problem. Take the time. Give yourself more chance. There's going to be times where it's going to benefit you.
So just think long term. Don't look for instant gratification. Yeah.
Right.
Thank you so much for your time, Khalid. It was a really nice interview. Thank you for sharing your story with us. I wish you best of luck with your future plans, and I hope to have a follow-up interview when you hit the maximum allocation with us.
Sure. That's going to happen.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I don't doubt that. Thanks to you too.
Yeah.
And to all of you watching, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and let me know in the comments if I'm missing questions that you're curious about. Trade safe, and until next time.